province again to reopen outdoor activities, especially for children. Burlington Mayor Marianne Meed Ward joins us now with more. Good morning, Marianne.
Good morning.
So, have you heard any response yet from the province for this?
We haven't, but we are hoping that they will listen to not only the Halton mayors and chairs, but their own science table, the Ontario Medical Association, and students in our own Halton District School Board who have been asking for a safe return to sports as well. So, a lot of voices, many more than just those, saying that outdoor activities done safely with social distancing are safe, and we really need to provide that activity for people, especially if there's an extension to the stay-at-home order.
So much for the mental health and physical health, too, right?
It's absolutely critical for people's mental and physical health and emotional health. They're all tied together, and we don't want to create a mental health pandemic while we are solving the COVID-19 pandemic.
And I think of all the great facilities that the city of Burlington has where people, can safely go outside. I'm thinking the trail system there, the Spencer Smith Park. You've got so many parks, so many areas.
So the parks and trails are open. That's the good news. It's just the amenities within them. So the fields, the courts, we're getting a lot of requests from our seniors to reopen pickleball, tennis courts. These are activities where people can stay much more than 6 feet apart. And so the evidence suggests that these are activities that people can do safely.
Want to get back to the vaccine issue because Halton Region, which Burlington is a part of, has really led the way in the province with lowering the vaccine age eligibility. Why do you think that is?
Well, kudos to our health team, and they've really been guided by the science. And the science is that if you are working outside the home, you're at greatest risk. And if you are in over a certain age, you are greatest risk of severe consequences if you contract COVID. And so the province does allow local public health units to make determinations of eligibility based on local circumstances. So our public health unit has said, look, we're going to follow the science. And so as of Monday, a couple of days ago, anyone 16 and over who works outside the home is eligible for a vaccine. Anyone 50 plus, no restrictions on that, is eligible. So I have now booked my first shot, and we'll be getting it in 2 weeks. Never been more excited to get a needle.
I know, isn't it odd, right? It's like, oh, I'm going
Very
in for a needle.
strange.
I'm so excited. I felt the same way. Good for you. The city is dealing once again, going to be spraying for Gypsy moth. So people, has it started already? Because I understand it's going into June, but there's going to be helicopters flying low over the city.
There will. It's in certain parks and ravines in the city where we have lots of woodlots, and gypsy moth love trees just as much as we do. So places like Tyendega Ravine, LaSalle Park, Zimmerman Park up on number 2 Side Road, and a number of other locations. It takes about 2 days per location, but we don't have exact timing about when they'll be in each neighborhood. And so watch for that anytime now, and it does extend to beginning of June.
And these are biopesticides, something that the caterpillars will eat and then they just won't grow anymore.
Right. Yes. It is safe for humans, but not for the gypsy moth.
Right.
We don't want them consuming our trees. Thank you.
No, because they're an invasive species and they can destroy your forests.
They really can. We used to live in Tyendega on a ravine, and were visited by the gypsy moths quite regularly and saw the destruction right outside our backyard. So we don't have to do it every year. The biopesticides work for a couple of years. So it's about every 2 to 3 years that we have to do it. And this is the time coming up. So
okay,
we'll see helicopters in the air.
Okay. How do you feel that people in the city have been responding to the stay-at-home order in general right now?
People have done really well. I am so proud of the residents of Burlington. Throughout this pandemic, the vast majority of our residents have followed the health orders and the guidelines, gone over and above what even the legal requirements are, wearing masks, staying at home, keeping their distance. there's always some exceptions, but our numbers show that people are doing what they need to do because our infection rates are coming down. And for the most part, throughout this pandemic, Burlington per capita has had the lowest infection rates in Halton Region and in the broader GTHA. So proud of the community, and thank you. You are keeping yourself and your community safe by following those guidance.
Okay, rightfully so. Thanks for joining us, Marianne Meed Ward, the Mayor of Burlington.
Thanks a lot, Annette.